And on the sidelines of our meetings at COP27, we're really honored to have with us Ms. Frederika Meijer, who is the UNFPA representative in Egypt. Thank you so much, Ms. Meijer, for joining us here on Nile TV International, where we meet together at a very important occasion.
Exactly.
COP27 is the COP for the future. We're talking from vision to implementation. Definitely a very important occasion for the UN Population Fund to share.
Yes. Thank you first of all for inviting me, and I'm very happy to share why the UNFPA, the United Nations Population Fund, is here at COP27. So for us it's very important that we don't forget to take women's needs and girls' needs into account in the climate change agenda. We know for the Sustainable Development Goals we have very much women at the center of the agenda, but often for climate change we forget that women have different needs from men. So that's why we want to have really COP27 with a women's agenda as well, because when disaster strikes, the needs for women are really different, because babies will still be born during disaster, and so we have to make sure that women have the services, the health services, both to have full services for the babies, but also on all the issues around family planning, and that's often forgotten, specifically if there are only men at the policy table. And that's why we are here at COP27 to really advocate for the special needs of women. And even more so of the most vulnerable women, because you know the Sustainable Development Agenda is about leave no one behind. And we see that in the poor communities, women are often hit as hardest. And globally we see that the poorest communities contribute least to climate change, and yet they are affected the most. So therefore we need to really pay special attention to them.
Yes, Egypt took great strides vis-a-vis women empowerment, and also paying special attention to women's health care. And at COP27 we're discussing also empowerment from the matter of fact that women are the nucleus of the family. So they are the ones who are discussing awareness with the different members of the family with the vis-a-vis climate change.
Exactly.
The contribution of UNFPA in that respect.
Yes, so UNFPA works particularly together with the Ministry of Health and Population, because they have to secure the services for women around family planning particularly, so that women have the choice for family planning to choose when they want to have a baby and also how they can space a baby. That's really everything around the health care about women, so that they make an informed decision about these issues. Secondly, we also work strongly together with the National Council of Women on the empowerment of women, but all more on girls, because what we have seen, if you invest in girls, that pays off very well. Girls need to stay in school. Girls should not marry too early, not before the age of 18. And girls should also be trained well on health, on social issues, on economic issues, to make their own decisions. Because one of the issues in Egypt is also that we have very low female participation in the workforce. So girls need to prepare themselves to be part of the workforce. Hence, they need to stay in school and make her choices.
Yes. How can we, in your opinion, make girls quite interested in climate change action? Because this is very important. How to provide them with incentives, in your opinion?
Yes. Well, you will see on the 14th of November, the NCW is going to launch an initiative around Noura. Noura is the adolescent or the girl under the First Ladies Initiative.
Yes.
You will see everything on the 14th, so keep watching. What we do with her is really having a 40-week program where we build all her specific skills to be engaged in the climate change agenda as well. There will be a special comic about climate change and the adolescent girls, but that will all, I can't reveal too much about it because it will all come on the 14th.
Let us follow more about the clues.
You will follow more on that, and really watch out on the 14th.
We're looking forward. That is going to be a very important initiative under the guidance and leadership of Her Excellency, the First Lady of Egypt. Definitely we need more of those initiatives taking the issue of climate change and the role of girls in the limelight. Well, talking about investment for the future, we're talking here climate finance, financing those important projects so that they would see the limelight on solid grounds is very important. Climate change investment, how about that?
Well, what we saw yesterday in the opening is that the private sector needs to come far more on board in climate investment. Currently we see that women have very little access to climate financing, and that's something we really have to make stronger, that there is more access for women to climate financing. So therefore what we do with the girls I was just speaking about, training her about how to get loans, training her on how to open a bank account, everything about financial literacy we train her well about, so that she will be able, when there's finance available, that she can obtain financing. But I guess really what is important for the banks and for the private sector to really provide easy access to women and girls on obtaining financing. That's most important. And for the rest, of course, with the government and with the United Nations, we will make programs, as I was just saying, programs so that girls learn about how to do it. So capacity building for girls, but after capacity building, there should also be possibilities for girls.
Yes, we are always talking here at COP27, new opportunities, possibilities are very important. We're here to provide keys for the future and talking possibilities and action at the same time, which is mostly important. Talking about future projects between Egypt and the United Nations Population Fund, what do we have in store for the future?
Well, this wonderful Noura program, keep watching.
Yes.
But also what we do a lot is theater with young people. We have, yesterday you could see a theater play, I guess you haven't seen it. But what we do is having edutainment programs with young people to train them about what is climate change and also how can they internalize what climate change is, what does it mean for their community. And then they make beautiful theater plays and they play it back to the community, after which there is a discussion how they can build up resilient communities. So if a disaster strikes, the community is prepared on how to deal with it. So that's a whole edutainment program with the Ministry of Youth and Sports, everything about the young people.
Yes, it's very important, the sense of energy, the positive vibes here, the youth participation, and also we're talking, as you can see, women empowerment, a message through Nile TV International, Ms. Frederika, from COP27 to the world. What would you say today? It's happening on Egyptian soil, and this in fact is a great achievement.
Yes. So my message to the world and to the Egyptians would be invest in girls because it pays off. It's in fact the best investment you can make because half of the population are women and women can make a change to the world.
Yes, thank you so much, Ms. Frederika Meijer, UNFPA representative in Egypt. Thank you so much for joining Nile TV International.
Thank you for having me.
And we still continue our coverage. That was Her Excellency Ms. Frederika Meijer, the UNFPA representative in Egypt, talking women empowerment, the great initiative Noura under the auspices of Her Excellency Egypt's First Lady, and also talking the future of girls and investing in girls' potential. Stay tuned for more coming your way here from Sharm el Sheikh, Egypt, charming Sharm and COP27.